comment? We'll open up questions.
Well, it's amazing how when you shoot the ball well, it looks like your team plays well. In the first half, defensively, we were not good at all. We didn't rebound the ball really at all either. But giving up 57%, and Griff and Jordan were the only ones that had rebounds in the first half. And so that's what we talked about not counting on the three, and being the team that we want to be, which is a more physical, better rebounding team, great defensive team. In the second half, we were a good defensive team. We went from tied with them on the boards with about 8 minutes into the half, about 12 minutes left, we were up 12 boards, and that's why we made our run, because once we get them to miss, we're pretty good at running, and Nate can find people. He's great in the open floor, and that was how we push it out. But I mean, it's amazing how we've shot the ball this year, and it's been different people. But Clint finally got going. But obviously Chad was the star tonight in terms of offense. He's got a long way to go defensively and rebounding. Those are the things we're staying after him about, because we know he can play offensively. And if we stay after our team about those things, I think we'll be okay, because offensively we're pretty good. We have a lot of weapons.
Questions for Coach?
Coach, you were down 16-12, about 10 minutes left in the first half. And then from there, it kind of just seems like you guys exploded offensively.
Well, yeah, we had no energy early, and you could tell before the game. And when I watched our team warm up and I watched their team warm up, they were focused. Our kids were, and the thing is, our kids knew it. I mean, they had talked about before they went out about how quiet we were. We were too quiet, and it was a concern of mine. Having beaten them, I knew that they would be focused. They're a very experienced team. They won 19 games last year with a lot of those players, and they came in here locked in, and our kids weren't. And so we got off to a slow start offensively and defensively. And then we just, I don't know what else to say. We just shot the ball well in the first half, 8 for 14 from 3, and they didn't know whether to zone us or man, because it didn't matter. We were just stroking it, and that's what I'm saying. Even when you play poorly but you shoot the ball well, it looks like you played well.
Coach, talk about the 34-9 run you used to open the second half. Obviously, came out fired out start to half, but just created that distance you guys needed to maybe do some things differently.
It's just defense and rebounding. That's all it is. And they missed some open shots too. But it's defense and rebounding. That's what it comes down to. If our team will do those two things and do them consistently, we're going to be hard to beat, because when we can run and we get out, the defense always wants to run. I mean, they're obviously going to run the basket, try to take away the layups, but we have kids that can run and spot up. You run and spot up Chad and Nate and Clint, and the kids that can shoot it. It puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and we get open shots. And we'll take early threes if they're good ones. And I think we took a lot of good ones tonight.
Have you been surprised by the amount of zone that you have been facing zone defense?
I don't know. I guess I don't pay attention. I just think it's hard to stay in that. But I thought their zone was pretty active to start the game. They started the game in zone. I thought they were pretty active. But I don't know. I just think when you got pretty good point guards, Nate and Arias have done a good job. Arias had 6 assists and 1 turnover. Out of our point guards now, we get 13 assists and 2 turnovers. It's pretty good. So when those kids are penetrating, if it's man-to-man, you're going to get people open for threes. I think it's going to be hard to zone our team. I just think it'll be really hard. I think you're going to have to stick. And it's hard to help. It's hard to help off Clint. It's hard to help off Chad. It's hard to help off Griff, and Griff just hides. He sets great screens, gets other people open, then his man has to help, and then he gets shots.
Talk about this homestand. You're 2-0 to start out. You have 5 more games. 2 of the tougher ones this week, Nevada and North Dakota State, who's really had your number as of late. How you stay focused this week with some really challenging games coming up?
Well, Nevada beat us by 30 last year, and that's the one we'll talk about, and that's how we stay focused. Our team has really responded well to coaching. They're very coachable. They're not walking around with big heads. A lot of people walk around patting them on the back right now, and I always tell them, those people aren't your friends. Your friends are the people kicking you in the tail right now. Okay, when you're losing, the people patting you on the back are your friend. When you're winning, the people kicking you in the tail are your friends. And so I'm really friendly to them right now. And so is our coaching staff. And that's, we're trying to keep their heads. But that's why I say our kids listen to us. They've listened. They've been easy to coach. We have good leadership with Clint and Dale and Peyton and Griff. Those 4 guys have just been really locked in for us and helped the younger kids.
Chad White had a career high tonight with 24 points. Last year he had that medical red shirt. How much did that red shirt help him in terms of stepping up his game?
Well, it was the red shirt, plus he got to play 8 games. He helped us win conference games last year, early in December before he was done. And, that's helpful. Any red shirt year is helpful. It just is. And the amazing thing is he's a way better shooter than when he first came in here with that broken finger on his right hand. But he's really shot the ball well ever since he's come back from that broken finger.
A couple more.
Coach, this is a team that's really brought the fans' energy to life. Last couple of years, it's been kind of quiet around Frost Arena. How would you describe this brand of basketball the guys are playing right now?
Well, I think people like dunks and they like threes and they like all the flash, And I'm not about any flash. I'm about all the work. But I think our team can give them both. And we had a great crowd tonight. For Thanksgiving weekend on a Saturday, I think that people are talking about us and are excited about us. And again, if we just maintain our focus and make it defense and rebounding, people will continue to enjoy watching us.
One more for Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Coach.